knock two out in quick succession, dude. I promise you. Hey guys, hello, and how's it? It's Elton here, the online presence guy. Sorry, I keep forgetting where to look, to be honest. So it's over there, I think. So today I just want to give you a bit of a background as to how I got to where I am now, i.e., running my own business. In fact, my second business. So just a very, very big background, high-level overview here so that you get a feel for who I am, because ultimately this whole road trip and me moving from a lifestyle of a career, a white picket fence home and family, into this world of becoming a digital nomad and the world of uncertainty, really. So what drove me to start up my own business? After around 28 years of career in IT, which I initially loved. My passion for computers started when I got my first Commodore 64 when I was about 8 or 9 years old. Did some basic programming back in those days, made my own little ping pong games and things like that. But in those days, it was much, the computers, whilst they were new and this great thing to have a personal computer at home, they never stopped us from, being children and playing outdoors. And we came in when the street light went on, and that's when we made time for computers and doing those kinds of things. So my career started when I came to England in 1999. I had worked in South Africa previously for the equivalent of a PC World, or I don't know what the American equivalent would be. Basically, a shop that sold just PC related goods and hardware, software, etc. But I qualified as a Microsoft certified engineer in 1998, and that's soon after that I emigrated to the UK with my now ex-wife. And I've enjoyed a career in IT ever since, up until a few years back. And basically for about 5 years I've been toying with the idea, and the wanderlust in me has just been overwhelming. I just have this need to travel, to see as much of the world as I can. I mean, I've got a bucket list that's longer than my 6-foot frame. And I realized that, whilst the money was good, while I was enjoying my time in IT, I just wasn't being true to myself and what I had hoped to accomplish in my life and do. And essentially I had 3 redundancies in 4 years, and the third redundancy was the straw that broke the camel's hump, as it were. It was, even after the second redundancy, I was finding it more and more difficult to motivate myself to go and work for others. When you've been made redundant through no fault of your own a couple of times, you start having self-confidence issues. You start questioning whether this is the right industry for you, if you're still passionate about it. And a lot of the answers to those questions were no, I'm not happy with it. I didn't feel secure anymore. I felt like, being in permanent employment actually doesn't, give you any guarantee that you're going to have a long-term position with that company. So after the third redundancy, I decided then and there that was it. I wasn't going to apply for any IT-rated roles anymore, and I was going to take the plunge. So I started my first business, EMC Photography, in June 2019. It was starting to get some traction. Come February, March 2020, I was going to be profitable in April of 2020 with the bookings in my calendar. However, in 23rd of March, I think, or 23rd or 27th of March, the UK went into its first lockdown, which effectively meant I had to refund all deposits paid. I had several deposits for weddings booked, newborn photo shoots, corporate headshots, etc. So I had to refund all of that because we just weren't sure at the time when we might be able to reopen. The country then reopened over the summertime of 2020. Most people went away, taking the opportunity to get out. And then we went into another lockdown in November, and it pretty much killed off my photography business. The only kind of photography I was able to continue doing was product photography, and I also started offering virtual photography shoots, initially doing headshots and then moving on to doing personal brand photography, and I've even done a few newborn photo shoots virtually. When they announced in October that there would be this second lockdown in November, I knew that that was going to kill off the photography business. So I fell back on my IT career and decided, what could I offer from my experience and knowledge and past accomplishments that are going to be meaningful in this time. So that's where I started EMC Consulting, offering primarily website builds using Wix and Squarespace. I do build WordPress sites, but only if it's absolutely necessary. And for my ideal clients, typically 90% of them, it's not necessary to go down a WordPress route. The other main offering I do is social media management, where I provide social media management for Pinterest, LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram. I don't personally use Twitter, therefore I don't feel it's right that I offer Twitter management, because I don't know the ins and outs of the platform, so I just simply wouldn't feel comfortable doing that for someone. And I am also a business mentor. For 15 years of my IT career, I was a business analyst, going into some of the very large high street brands and financial institutions and understanding their pain points, and then going away and putting together a proposal of how we would meet their goals and get rid of those pain points, as it were. So thinking out the box is something I'm pretty good at. I had a high retainment level because I was also an account manager to many of the accounts post going live with the solutions. So I've got a lot of experience in that kind of creating relationships with businesses, understanding their pain points and overcoming those pain points and reaching the goals and outcomes that they're looking for. So now I'm bringing this to the small business market because I'm looking to focus primarily on small business owners and freelancers who, like myself, perhaps didn't start under the best financial positions, therefore don't have a lot of budget to throw at marketing and $5,000 websites, but they're looking to get their brand out there as efficiently as possible in the smallest of budgets. So that's where I'm coming in. I'm hoping through this channel and through my Instagram and other Facebook and LinkedIn, etc., to provide content that's going to be useful to those people, small business owners and freelancers who are maybe looking to start up their own business, unsure about taking the leap. So this is going to be a very realistic view into what it takes to become a business owner, and I'm going that step back further, where I'm also looking to become a digital nomad and therefore provide my services from around Europe initially. And if that goes well and I'm able to earn sufficient money to keep me on the road, then I would look to take my travels further afield. So be aware of that, guys. Be aware that this channel will also start having travel content on it. The types of people I'm looking to work with ideally would be those people in hospitality, travel, really the two industries that are suffering the most right now. So if you're a travel blogger or you're a lifestyle blogger, or you a charity, because I'm looking to do some small charity work, please get in touch if I can be of assistance. But that's a very high level overview, guys, of how I've come to be here. I will go into more detail in other videos for those who are interested in this whole journey from moving from a career into self-employment and what that takes. So I hope that's given you some insight into where I am at the moment and the path it's taken to get here. This is now almost 18 months over 18 months since my first business launched. It's been a very tough 18 to 20 months since all this kicked off. I'm very grateful that my EMC consulting business and my experience in IT is proving to be valuable to others, and I've built a few websites already, and I've got a couple of social media clients that have signed up on retainers. So for that I'm very grateful. And I know that it's millions of small business owners out there who have suffered the same. So guys, hang in there. Hopefully this is almost over. Please do subscribe to the channel. It'll be great to have you along for the journey, and you can see how this all evolves over the years. So have a good one, guys. Catch you later. Cheers.